Hey everyone, Josh Merhar here, and today I'm going to show you how to play that super drunk sounding groove. This groove makes use of some pretty cool rhythmic ideas that kind of give it a lopsided feel. It kind of has a limp, but in a good way. This groove is built on a rhythm where each beat is broken into an eighth note followed by 3 16th triplets. So it's got the feel of a straight backbeat, but it's the orchestration of the triplets that kind of makes this thing stumble. And we really want to keep that underlying 8th and 3 16th triplet rhythm in our ear. So think of it like pie, blueberry pie, blueberry pie, blueberry pie, blueberry pie. There are a couple different layers at play here that I think makes this groove a little easier to conceptualize. Let's start with the feet and snare. My kick is going to land on beats 1 and 3. I'm going to stomp on the hi-hats on every upbeat, or the and of each beat, and then I'll hit the snare drum on 2 and 4. Between my feet and snare, I'll be playing every eighth note of each measure. Next, we'll add the right hand. So my right hand is going to be playing an eighth note triplet shuffle on top of everything. So that means my right hand is going to be playing on the first and last eighth triplet of every beat. Now this is where things get a little more interesting since we'll have eighth note triplets and straight eighth notes happening at the same time. The last eighth triplet in each beat happens just after the hi-hat stomp, but also just before the last 16th in each beat. To figure out exactly where the right hand should land relative to the feet, we're going to start by playing steady eighth note triplets with the right hand on top of the eighth note kick and snare pattern. Once we settle into that a little bit, I'm going to remove the middle triplet from my right hand. This contrast between the straight eighth notes and the triplet shuffle pattern is really what makes this groove feel so wonky. I'll keep my right hand on a rim so you could hear the relationship between the shuffle pattern and the eighth notes more easily before switching my right hand back to the hi-hats. The last thing we gotta add is a kick on the very last 16th triplet of each beat. This kick at the end of each beat kind of helps the whole groove stumble forward. This whole groove should kind of feel like perpetually falling down an escalator that's going up. For an extra janky feel, you can selectively add a 16th note on the snare drum, on like the E of some of the beats. Or you could add another snare hit that kind of aligns with the shuffle pattern that the right hand is playing. Here's a quick demonstration of some of those ideas. So that's kind of the gist of it. This super drunk feel comes from blurring the lines between eighth notes, 16th notes, and triplets. Start slowly and build this groove up in layers to really internalize all the different subdivisions happening simultaneously. If you like what you saw in this video, consider checking out my Patreon page. I got transcriptions for this video as well as all of my other lesson videos available on there. As always, thank you for watching, and see you next time.